In this video, we're going to listen to an attorney. He said every time Warren Hudson give interviews or anytime he speak or any of the guys, it's making them actually look good. It actually helping law enforcement out in this Nolan Wells case. Because this Nolan Wells case, guys, I'm going to tell you, it's probably going to take, I don't know, if something happened to Nolan as far as if someone did something to him, it could take months before they make arrest. In my opinion, it's just too many moving parts here. So, and I think it has to be an external agency to come in to help out. But listen to what this attorney had to say.
What he's doing is he is making statements. He is making specific statements about specific things that happen. I'm talking particularly here about his latest statement of, we tried to get Nolan to get on the boat. We begged him to get on the boat. He wouldn't get on the boat. It's things like this. You are locking yourself down to specific facts. And what law enforcement does from that point is they either verify or disprove those specific facts. And once you start poking holes in somebody's story, what that leads to is statements of, oh, well, that's not what I meant. What I meant was this. You make another statement, they poke holes in that, and so on and so on. Classic law enforcement behavior, but this Warren Hudson guy is doing it for them. The cops just have to sit back and watch.
So you heard that from the attorney. I agree with him. Every time he opens his mouth, if you can poke holes in his story, that helps law enforcement out. That helps the investigators out. And just when you think you're safe, you're not safe, especially if a murder occurred here. Remember, guys, there's no statute of limitations on murder. So just wanted to say that there's no statute of limitation. They could take however long they want to take. I understand that they're going to go to the grand jury. Eventually, they're going to go to the grand jury. I heard that they're not convening until August, reconvening until October. So if they go to the grand jury in October and there's sufficient enough evidence there to move forward, somebody's going to get arrested here. Or there could be an external agency watching, because Horn Island is federal property. So at any time they could come in as well. Or if they probably already doing investigation and not telling anybody. So that happens as well. So you got to take that in consideration. They may not be, letting anybody know what they're doing. And that's usually how they do. They move in secrecy. So I just wanted to say that about the FBI. They move in secrecy, man. And speaking about their interviews, like, check this out for an example.
A camera that's not a phone. Yeah. Now, how did that get to you guys, and how did that ended up getting to the internet?
So whenever we first realized that Nolan didn't, I'm not gonna say he didn't. When we first realized we don't know where Nolan's at, the first thing we were trying to figure out, or his mom, was what was he wearing, and so we were trying to remember what color his shorts were. We couldn't quite figure that out.
I said black.
Yeah, I think we said black.
I really did. He was wearing navy blue shorts.
Yeah, it was like dark blue shorts.
Dark. I just said black because I was trying to piece everything together and help out.
And so at this point, we're freaking out. We don't know where our friend's at. And the girl that took the picture, she was like, okay, well, I just took this picture of today. This is what color swim trunks he was wearing. And his mom asked for that to post on Facebook to say, if you've seen him, whatever, this is what he was wearing. And so that's what we sent to her, or that's what she sent to her, because we were just trying to help. You know, we weren't trying to cover up anything. We wanted to know where our friend was just as bad as everybody else does. I mean, that was our boy. We want to know worse than everybody else does. And so that's how that picture came about.
And I want to get to the phone situation of Miss Christine or Miss.
Just to give you a few examples of what they're saying in these interviews, it just don't make any sense to me. You know, I'm not saying they lying, but they're going to have to show me some receipts. You know what I'm saying? And also he admitted that his mother was there, and some people are trying to say, well, which mother? Is it his stepmother or his biological mother? I'm assuming his mother. Like, when I say mother, I would, because I had made a video before. I said, well, listen to what he said here, and then I'll come back.
I mean, you could.
Not really, though.
You could be.
Realistically, you could.
You could. If you want to sit there, if you're motivated enough to do it, yeah. Like, I made a phone call to my mom, and I had to call her like 8 times before she picked up because either her service was bad, 'cause she was on the back side of the aisle on the south side, or my service was bad, and it was just hard to get through. But like,
You heard that. So people saying, is it his stepmother or is his mother? I'm assuming it's his mother. I would say stepmother if I meant it was the stepmother. So just to let you know, that's my thinking on that. And I believe his mother said she was there. You know, she said she was only there on Horn Island for 5 minutes. Okay, if you believe that, she was only there for 5 minutes. But little stuff like that makes me feel like there's a lot of moving parts going on here. And I think looking on the outside in, there's a whole cover up going on. They trying to cover their tracks. Even the pictures don't look right. You remember this picture right here where it shows Nolan with them on the boat, and then you see them trying to leave Horn Island, and just the shorts don't match up. It's just a mess. And like this case, I had to take a day off from this. It'll give you a headache just trying to, because every day there's something. Every day. Every day there's something on this case. But how to look at this case, though, is a way to look at it. All you have to do is just look at what they have before you. Okay, that's how you look at what they have before you. Look at the what do you call it? The interviews that they have given. Those are the interviews is what you study, because that that came out of the horse's mouth. So you have the interviews, you have the CTO call, right? The original one. You have the CTO call, you got the interviews and statements from local authorities already. That's what you have to go on right now. I know a lot of things is like up for speculation, but there's some people that's really speculating in a really good way. You know what I'm saying? There's a few people on TikTok that's I see why the boys don't like those TikTokers. In their interview with Nolan, Officer, they said these people pulling out their phones and making interviews. They're talking about these TikTokers. Because these TikTokers already got them guilty already. I'm just telling you, some TikTokers, they already got them guilty. So that's why the lawyer said that he's going to go after certain people that are, that's egregious about it, saying that these men are guilty before their due process. So I always try to be careful of that, saying that somebody is guilty. Let's wait for an arrest to be made first. If there's arrests going to be made, and then we'll go from there. We'll progress from there, because everybody is entitled to their due process. You're innocent until proven guilty. Everybody, even the guy that they caught in Philadelphia just now, about to do something on that, where they found all this the possible serial killer. Him and his dad. Dad recently passed away. But even though he ain't taking that to trial, I almost guarantee you, they caught him dead to rights with his crazy behind. But yeah, with this particular situation, you have to look at it a certain way. For example, let's go to the CTO call real quick. Let's listen to that. Let's listen to a few seconds of it.
CTO Assistant, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
Okay, so you heard that, right? Did you hear anything? This is the original one that Mississippi put out. Did you actually hear anything? That's my question to you. If you did, that's a problem, because they said that that Nolan wasn't with them. Obviously, somebody is saying, "Oh my God, Nolan." In their interview, they said what people saying they heard Nolan yelling. No, we did not hear Nolan yelling. We heard somebody yell his name, sir. That's the thing. Don't say Nolan was yelling. Don't try to pull a Jedi mind trick on me. No, we heard somebody saying, "Oh my God, Nolan." Now, if you didn't hear other stuff, if your ears ain't picking it up, then so be it. But you have to admit you heard something. Even in the enhanced audio. Let's not go with the enhanced audio, because they're trying to use that to get themselves out of it. But see, what they don't realize is enhanced audio can also be evidence in court as well. They don't think so, but it can. Let's say if a professional forensic person come in, yes, that could be held in court. But you know, it's a lot with this case right now. It's a lot of moving parts, and I honestly believe there's a concerted effort to try to cover things up here. And if that's the case, they're going to need an external agency to come in, like the FBI, to come in and make sure that this is a thorough investigation. They're going to have to at this point, unless somebody cave in and start talking, unless they have some people, which I do suspect that they have people talking now. They're going to need, first of all, they're going to need people to talk. And number two, yeah, they're going to need people to talk. Somebody real close to the situation going to have to cave in, and the external source going to have to come in, or the external source, the FBI, have to come in, which they already probably offering assistance now, because they were talking about this phone, you know, the phone and whatnot, saying that what about the phone? The family didn't hand over the phone and whatnot. So yeah, and the FBI is waiting on it. They mentioned the FBI, so the FBI might be involved, guys. So we're gonna have to wait and see. But anyway, guys, that's all. That's my assessment for right now. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, you know, thumb us up, give us a hype. All that would be greatly appreciated. Peace.